To script or not to script? Hello world, my name is Matt Spa, and I'm a photographer, videographer, and list maker in Atlanta, Georgia. If you're new here, my channel is about all things audio, video, and photo related. If that kind of stuff interests you, I hope you'll consider subscribing. So the question today is, should you script your videos? I think so. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my tale of shame on how I used to make videos and share 5 huge benefits to working from a script. I have to say, this all feels terribly, terribly hypocritical. The one thing that I tell my customers over and over is that everything hangs on the script. A big part of pre-production on all commercial projects is getting the script nailed down. But my modus operandi forever when creating content for my channel was to have an idea for a video, get all excited about it, set up a camera, and start talking. Seriously, that's what I did. No outline, no thought whatsoever about how I was going to structure my content, nothing. Just record, ramble on. What would usually happen next would be 2 to 3 days of me trying to deliver a cohesive monologue about whatever my video was supposed to be about. And then the frustration that comes with that, and losing track of what I'd said or hadn't said, and repeating myself, and more frustration, and beating myself up when I just couldn't spit out the words. This would eventually lead to one of 3 things happening. I'd either spend more days trying to force an edit of whatever I had managed to record, or I'd actually jot down a rough outline and go back to recording more footage to try to fill the gaps. Or in the worst case, I'd get so turned around trying to sort what I had and trying to keep up with where I was that I would end up abandoning the video altogether. That's a workflow, I guess, and for some people that might be part of the fun, but it wasn't fun for me, and not only did it waste time, it took a toll on my confidence. So that led me to at least starting with some type of outline. And that worked pretty well, but I still ended up with a lot of footage and would struggle with getting my wording right. I want to communicate very clearly, and I want to do it with as few words as possible. And for me, that was not happening when I was trying to work off the top of my head. So I started scripting my videos, and I hated it. Seriously, it was so tedious. I just wanted to set up lights, man, and sit down and talk. But scripting was helpful. Sadly, more often than not, I'd get about halfway through the writing process, get all excited, set up a camera, and start talking, and the whole process would start over again. My dad used to say, "It's a shame my kids have to learn all the lessons the hard way." What I do now is write my entire script and then read it out loud at least 3 times. Reading out loud does a couple of things for me. It will start to set some muscle memory in my mouth, something that can also be hugely helpful if you're trying to memorize anything, saying it out loud. Also, saying your script will help you to avoid words and phrases that you get all mush-mouthed on. With the script written, I check my content for accuracy, and I make notes about where I want to insert B-roll and graphics and even camera angles if I'm going that route. This is helpful because it allows me to break down the video content into the smaller sections that need to be delivered in a single take. I used to try and deliver an entire video, 8, 10, 12, 15 minutes in one take. It's ridiculous. Then I read it out loud 2 or 3 more times. At that point, I'm actually ready to record, and I've lived with that original idea I had for a few days or maybe even weeks. Which brings me, finally, to reason number 1 why I think you should script your videos. Scripting will help cull out your bad ideas. When an idea pops into your head, most people's tendency is to think that it's genius. If you take an idea through this entire process and you still think it's good, it probably is. I'd say about 50% of the ideas I have actually make it all the way through the scripting process. The rest either never even get started because they're dumb, or I realize at some point during the process that they're just not worth producing. Number 2, it will force you to sort out your words. This will not only help you avoid the dreaded uhs and ums and like and you know, but it'll give you an opportunity to sort out different ways of saying things, which will usually end up helping you to make your point better. Number 3, it will force you to research your topic more in depth. I try to be positive in all my social media interactions. If I find something upsetting or frustrating online, I do my best to either have a gracious spirit about it or just ignore it outright. As a matter of fact, the only thing that will get a thumbs down from me on YouTube is factually proven information that is presented inaccurately. I'm not talking about opinions, I'm talking about formulas, prices, dates. If you're going to take the time to record, edit, and upload a video, you have an obligation to be accurate. Scripting will make you take a second look at what you've written and hopefully will make you ensure that what you're creating has accurate information. Number 4, it will save you time. Even including the time it takes to write, edit, and read through your script multiple times, getting your delivery recorded and knowing exactly what additional footage you need will go much faster. Your edit will be faster too because you have a roadmap to go by and probably far fewer clips to sort through, which brings up point number 5, which is it will save you hard drive space. The last video I published was around 9 minutes long. I recorded all of the talking head segments in one continuous take that was about 12 or 13 minutes long. Compare that to earlier videos of mine that also ended up being 9 minutes long, but took 10 times that much footage to record. Or more. Way more. When each 10-minute take only has 20 or 30 seconds of usable footage, you end up with very full hard drives. But Matt, you say, if I read my script to the camera, I'll lose all the energy and spontaneity in my delivery. Well, just because you wrote it doesn't mean you have to read it. When it finally comes down to recording, sometimes I will use a teleprompter, but mostly I can have some bullet points on a screen somewhere near the camera, and because I've read through the script so many times, I've internalized those ideas and the words, and I can usually deliver them without having to go word for word off a script. It's a process like anything, and it can take time to get the balance in there that suits you and your style of video making best. Of course, all of this is just my experience. Everyone is different, and for some, the scripting process would suck all the life out of their videos. But if you're struggling, if you feel frustrated by the amount of time and energy it takes to get your videos done, and especially if you're beating yourself up over it, I hope you'll consider trying this process. It's made a world of difference for me. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.